Hi guys, hi, how's it going? This is Amanda from Amanda Around the Globe, and today I'm really excited to talk to you about how to become a minimalist because a few people have asked me to make a video on this. I'm just going to tell you how I became a minimalist, and then I will tell you the necessary steps for you to take to become a minimalist, which is going to be similar to my story. So let's start off at the beginning. First time I heard about minimalism was by the TED Talk by the Minimalists. I've talked about this quite a few times in my older videos, but I guess not recently, so I will link that down below. You should definitely watch that because it is very inspiring. I watched that and I kind of started to think like maybe I should look into this and kind of declutter a little bit and get rid of some things in my life. I wasn't totally sold on the idea of owning like 100 things or anything right away, but that was what kind of started getting me thinking about this stuff, and I had way too much stuff, just way too much stuff in general. And basically what was happening was things were getting so, like all my cupboards and clothes, drawers, and everything was getting so full and so cluttered that it was really impacting my life. Like it was difficult for me to close my dresser drawers because I had so many clothes in there, and the laundry was just always constantly piled up. I had so much laundry to do all the time. I was always behind on it. I was always trying to like keep things organized and decluttered and clear and organized looking, and it was just not an easy thing to do because there's just so much stuff. And I wasn't even like a hoarder or anything like that. I just had a normal one-bedroom house that I shared with one person at this point, and it wasn't really working out in terms of clutter. Like I just had way too much stuff. And so I watched this TED Talk by the Minimalist, which is linked below. Check that out after you watch this video. And I kind of started thinking like maybe I should give this a go, but I didn't really know how to implement it into my life. So what I did was I can't remember how exactly this happened, but I started reading about different blogs by minimalists. I read Zen Habits, which I really like, and then I looked into everything that the minimalists did. The Minimalists is two guys that they call themselves the Minimalists, and they're very inspiring. I love them. They actually just came out with a documentary that is available on Netflix, and it might be available on YouTube too, but you should definitely check that out. I think it's called Minimalism. Basically, when I decided that I wanted to declutter, I somehow came across the 40 bags in 40 days challenge. I talk about this a lot on here. I am not affiliated with them or sponsored by them at all, but I really like that idea. So basically there's a chart that you can print out. It's called the 40 bags in 40 days challenge, and 40 little slots, and so in each slot you put an area that you want to declutter. Now the key part to this is that you cannot put things like, you can't write my entire desk on one of the slots. Like you have to do it slowly so that you can do one thing each day, and it's not going to take you more than 15 minutes at a time, because if you're doing things like your entire desk or your entire dresser, that could take you a really long time if you have a lot of stuff to declutter. So I started with the 40 bags in 40 days challenge, and then I kind of slowed down a little bit and kind of kept with this more minimal but not completely minimalist lifestyle for a couple more months. And then I had kind of an experience that kind of forced me into going more minimalist, which is the person that I was living with, I was in a relationship with, and we broke up and I moved out. So I kind of had, moving is a great way to minimize. I will tell you that. So basically I had to pack all my stuff. I just did it within like 2 days, and I packed everything that I wanted to have and I put it in my car and I left. I just moved back in with my parents until I figured out what I wanted to do, which if you know my whole story, you kind of know like I ended up deciding to travel the world. I moved in with my parents for about 5 months all in all, and when I moved out of my house that I was living at, I kind of really started assessing like what I actually need. I got rid of a lot of stuff during that move. When I decided to travel, I kind of went through everything, got rid of a lot more stuff. I gave stuff away, I sold stuff, and then I started living out of my backpack when I started traveling. So that is a very, I think, kind of extreme example of minimalism. I don't expect everyone to be able to live out of a backpack. I did that for about a year, and then when I came to Australia, I kind of started getting a few more possessions. I'm kind of living here more semi-permanently than traveling like I was doing for the last year. I was staying in places for maybe a week or two at a time, except for Thailand, obviously. So that's my story about becoming a minimalist, and that's how I became a minimalist. It was definitely a choice. I didn't become minimalist just because I decided to travel and live out of a backpack. I was minimalist before that. Yeah, that's that. So that's my story. If you want to become a minimalist, I would suggest number one, looking into the 40 bags in 40 days challenge. I would definitely suggest doing that. It will definitely help you kickstart your way into minimalism. And once you start getting into it and decluttering, it definitely is a process and it takes a while. So don't expect to become a minimalist overnight. I think that's not the best idea. But once you start getting rid of stuff, you start to kind of realize what stuff you do and don't need, and it's a lot easier to get rid of stuff once you start the initial process. So definitely look into the 40 bags in 40 days challenge. I will link that below also. And then once you start decluttering, you have to also start thinking about what like bringing stuff in. So you want to stop bringing stuff in, obviously that's the goal. Definitely look into capsule wardrobes. That will definitely help with the wardrobe side of it. And then start thinking about what you really want in your life and what you really need. And if there are things that you have in your life that you don't want or you don't need, then get rid of those. If there are things that you want and need in your house, then maybe you can get that. But I would suggest trying to not shop for a while after you start your minimalist journey. I cannot talk today. Yeah, basically it's pretty simple. If you want to become minimalist, all you have to do is really declutter. Focus more on decluttering than on organizing, because when you're organizing things, you're just basically putting things into groups and it's just things that you don't really need. So definitely try to focus more on decluttering, getting rid of stuff, give stuff away, sell stuff if you can. To sell stuff, it depends what country you're in, but you can use sites like Craigslist, eBay, Facebook. Selling groups is actually how I sold a lot of stuff, just in a local group in my community on Facebook. You can sell stuff really easily that way, and it's pretty simple to just meet someone somewhere and voila. And then just research more into minimalism. Make sure you're getting inspired, figuring out why you want to do this, and be prepared to have a lot of free time and a lot more money when you become minimalist. That's what happened to me, and it was amazing, and that's how I kind of got into the idea of me traveling the world, because before I was minimalist, I was never able to save any money. I was kind of just living kind of like robotically, like a robotic American consumer, and now I'm definitely more conscious of the things that I buy, the things that I spend money on, and all of that good stuff. So yeah, minimalism has done amazing things for me, and I think it will do really good things for you too if you want to give it a try. I hope this video is useful. I feel like I talked a lot, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you like these kinds of videos, let me know and I can make more. If you have video suggestions, you can leave them in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe and comment, like, share, all that stuff. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'm really excited to hear how everything goes for you. So let me know in the comments below, and I will see you soon. Bye!